Is that the side with the septic
Johnny, get out of there!
Having septic problems? At Mike Scott Plumbing, we can make those septic worries disappear. We can pump your septic tank, repair your drain field, and, if needed, even install a whole new system. At Mike Scott Plumbing, we don't take crap from anyone. We take it from everyone. 237-2888. Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it.
Dad's service to our country is something we're so proud of. He made a difference and set a great example. Now it's our turn to honor the sacrifices he made for our family and this country. As veteran specialists, Hires Baxley Funeral Service helps us celebrate Dad's life and can help you too. Hires Baxley is here for you during your time of need or when planning for the future. For more information, call 352-484-0891 or visit hiresbaxley.com/choice.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Buffett. Save the Manatee Club has helped to protect imperiled manatees and their aquatic habitat for decades, but there's still more work to be done. Threats from cold weather, red tides, pollution, and boat collisions continue to take their toll on the manatee. So let's work together to safeguard the manatees and the places they call home. Be the friend they need. Visit SaveTheManatee.org. Thank you.
New arrivals and new savings are waiting for you at Blockers Furniture. With over 80,000 square feet of the best selection and best prices you can find on furniture, mattresses, home accents, accessories, and more. And with new trucks arriving weekly, Blockers has the best available in-stock selection. Unlike many other furniture companies that will have you waiting for months to get what you want or need, come see everything that Blockers has to offer. Blockers Furniture, 2402 Southwest College Road, next to Hobby Lobby.
You're having another great day and you have good taste tuning into WOCA The Source with Ocala Talks and Tom Schmitz. Well, 1 out of 2 isn't bad.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Friday, you know, the president sat down with Lester Holt last night on NBC Nightly News for an interview. Got a little testy when this came up. An admiral for the U.S. Navy claims high-profile requests, including one from First Lady Jill Biden, caused disruption to the overall Afghanistan evacuation efforts last year. Rear Admiral Peter Vasley, who serves as the special assistant to the director of the Navy, said incessant calls for help during the efforts to get Americans out of the now Taliban-controlled country caused a distraction and created competition for already stressed resources. Vasley's remarks were stemmed from a late September interview. It was the Washington Post obtained in a 2,000-page report from the probe of the 17-day operation out of Kabul. Vasley said, "Yeah, those are accurate quotes of mine." He said in sworn testimony from the report. He said Pope Francis actually reached out and First Lady Jill Biden intervened in the evacuation efforts to request help on behalf of others. He says, "Look, I was being contacted by representatives from the Holy Father all the way to the First Lady that wanted special interest and people to get groups to get out. That's just one of many examples. I cannot stress enough how these high-profile requests ate up bandwidth and created competition for already stressed resources." He said, "We were overwhelmed with phone calls, text messages, and emails at the time at the U.S. Operations Center at Kabul's International Airport." He said, "I actually had to establish a coordination cell to help handle the high volume of communication from Washington and elsewhere." He said the declassified report would feature dozens of interviews with military officials. Imagine this, was rejected by President Biden during his interview with Lester Holt. Now, I watched this interview, and this got a little testy. Lester Holt asked him point blank. He said, "Are the accusations in this report, do they ring true to you?" Joe Biden responded, "No, that's not what I was told." And then Holt goes, "I just want to clarify. Are you rejecting the conclusions or the accounts that are in this U.S. Army report?" Biden goes, "Yes, I am." Again, Lester pressed him, said, "So they are not true." And Biden goes, "I'm rejecting them." He never said they weren't true. He just said he doesn't agree with them. He doesn't like them. We all know he screwed up in Afghanistan. 13 American service members lost their lives during the evacuation because the bomb exploded near their checkpoint. The Pentagon concluded last week that the August 21st, 2021 suicide bombing in Kabul during the evacuation efforts was not preventable. So at least the Pentagon helped there. But Joe Biden, this Army report, this is a report by the U.S. Army that he is the commander-in-chief of. Lester Holt said, I want to clarify, are you rejecting the accusations or conclusions of this account that are in the Army report? The president responded, yes, I am. I'm rejecting them, when he was asked if they were not true. How do you reject this Army report? It explains what was going on. A rear admiral says that we were so inundated with calls from big-name people, First Lady Jill Biden, the Pope, that it hampered our evacuation efforts. Well, I reject that. Well, let's pull a phone record. Did Jill Biden call? Did the Pope call? Yes, those phone records, the Washington Post have them. Yes, they called. Well, there you go. The utter just disdain and lack of respect of the American intelligence by this guy and his close group. First off, he goes, that's not what I was told, Lester. Did you read the report? You had to be told? Well, are you rejecting the conclusions? Yes, I am. So you don't think the Army got it right? You don't think this report? No, they didn't get it right because it makes you look bad. Just own it. If you own it, it goes away quicker. Hey, look, we made some decisions in Afghanistan that in hindsight probably could have done a little better. Yes, Americans lost their lives, but we were trying to get out of a situation we'd been stuck in, mired in for 20-plus years. And did we do some things wrong? Probably. Could we have done some things better? Certainly. But it is what it is. It happened. We own it. Move on. That's not what they're doing here. Good morning. This is Ocala Talks.
Hey, Tom, it's Mark Hankins, the former Marine and your friend.
How are you, sir?
Just wanted to comment. I'm outstanding, brother. And then you say in Spanish, sobresaliente.
Yes.
Yeah, I had to learn how to say that when I was guarding the embassies in Latin America, but which Benghazi was neither a consulate or an embassy. Actually, Tom, I'm just calling to say that from a military standpoint, and of course I'm going to defend the president, but I'm not oblivious to the truth. I'm not calling to even argue with you. But one of the things they teach you in the military, Tom, is withdrawals are your most dangerous part
Certainly,
of war, practically. Yes. And I would also just share, I know you're a couple years younger than me, but it's neither here nor there. But Beirut didn't go real well for Ronald Reagan, but I don't remember Americans.
Did not.
Americans, right. And I didn't remember Americans jumping on President Reagan.
Well, no, Mark, he was the greatest president ever served office. Why would we jump on him?
Right, and he's probably, and according to Donald Trump, he was better than George Washington, and Trump's better than Washington. So, but I doubt Trump.
Yeah, don't get me started on that guy. Better than Washington. Don't get me started on that guy.
Well, right. Well, that's his take, not mine. But and the one thing I liked about George Washington, and I think you seem to be cut from a similar cloth. When you ask your men to do something, you have to be able to take and be taking the same risks as your men are, and therefore. It's not how I tell you to do something. It's how we are going to accomplish it together. And therein lies the crux of leadership. But, leaders can't be everywhere at once. But in the trenches is where you get information. And even though I didn't like Douglas MacArthur as a young officer, was almost killed many times doing some very brave, dangerous stuff with his men under fire. Same with Harry Truman. But I wanted to call also, Tom, one of the things that concerned me about the withdrawal in Afghanistan, and people have asked me.
We got about 20 seconds, Mark. We got about 20 seconds up against a hard break.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to know how the Marines died, and 200 people were killed, and most of them were killed by the steel ball bearings. None were shot, according to the Army investigation. There was gunfire, but apparently none of the Marines were shot.
Right,
so
it's a suicide. It was a suicide bombing that killed most of the people.
Correct. Yep. All right, Tom.
Thanks, Mark, for the call.
Okay, brother. Yeah.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks. You're listening to us on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. Coming up next, Susan Schmitz. She'll be here to talk about a clothing line that's near and dear to her, plus some things that she wants to get off her chest. We'll do that next. 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA. The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The shutdown of a vital